Hello everyone, X-Wall Kill Bethelite here. And you know, it is about that time of year. It's time to sit back and enjoy memorial crash videos. And one video in particular, I've seen just a couple so far, but one video in particular proves a very important point, that Jehovah's Witnesses, the people who are actually devout, that actually follow the religion, they become mindless. That organization sucks the soul out of the person. They literally become robotic. They become like zombies. They don't independently function or think. Now, the video I'm talking about was done by Asher. I think the channel is The One Bun. Actually, the THE, the number one, and then bun. No spaces in between there. And Asher did a memorial crash. But Asher didn't go undercover. Asher actually went dressed up. You would have to see it to know what I'm talking about, but some of us know what Dragon Ball Z is. And you know what Goku looks like when he goes Super Saiyan. His hair is sticking straight up. Some of us, you know, if you're a bit older, know what treasure trolls are. It's a toy, and the hair on that toy is colored and sticks straight up. Asher's wig was a light bluish color, and it stuck straight up. And Asher had sunglasses on, and actually said, Asher actually said, they're not going to let me in dressed like this. And quite frankly, no normal person overseeing an event would allow someone dressed like they were going to Comic-Con to come into a religious ceremony. It's just not going to happen. No normal thinking person. But Jehovah's Witnesses, when we say they're mindless zombies, they're not individuals. They don't think like an individual would. We're not saying that to be mean. We're saying it as a point of fact. This is the effect that cult has on people. So Asher walks up to the Kingdom Hall. And someone at the door obviously notices someone that it looks like someone has gone Super Saiyan, and they're walking to the Kingdom Hall. The hair is all the way up there, and it's colored like a light blue color. Obvious this person is dressed up in a costume. And the person can't speak on his own accord. The person says, "Do you have an invitation?" Asher, wig and all, says, "Yeah, here's the invitation." Any normal thinking person would say, if Goku is walking into the Kingdom Hall, invitation or not, something's off here. Something's odd, something's different. People's hair don't normally, that's just not how it happens. This person, I'm telling you, You clearly see a situation that's not good, and the person, only thing that they know, the Jehovah's Witness, the only thing that the Jehovah's Witness at the door knows is what they've been trained to repeat. They are trained monkeys. They only know to repeat what they're told. Only thing he knew to say is, do you have an invitation? When Asher showed him the invitation, he let him in. Goku and all, he let him in. He didn't know what else to do. So then Asher goes inside the Kingdom Hall. Apparently there's no one there with the cognitive thinking ability to realize people have been crashing these memorials for probably a few years now. This isn't exactly new. Over a few years, and here we have a person dressed up like Goku just walked in the Kingdom Hall. Crash, Goku dressed two and two don't make four to these people. So Asher is in the hall and not even talking like, he belongs there. Hey, that song sounds scary. A special possession? Is this talking about demonic possession? Talking to people. Physically doesn't look like he belongs there, speaking like he doesn't belong there, and none of them know anything. They can't function. It's literally, if you've watched Star Trek, the Borg. When a person enters the Borg, for the most part, the Borg members ignore them. They're just walking around, and they ignore you. They're not thinking individually. An individual will say, hey, stop. They're thinking as a collective. So Asher's walking through the Kingdom Hall just like if Asher was walking through the Borg. They're seemingly ignoring Asher in costume. And then this video gets straight to the point. Asher doesn't wait for wine right at the prayer. I'm guessing it was at the prayer. Might have been before. Asher stands up and says a prayer for them. Now, this is the crash part. This is the part where Asher crashes the memorial. They walk Asher out, of course, but notice this. They start to yell, your invitation has been revoked. Your invitation has been revoked. We're going to call the police. Your invitation has been revoked. Now, Asher multiple times tells them, I have no intention on remaining here. What Asher came to do, Asher already did. Crash the memorial. Now it's time to leave anyway. But I'm telling you, they're not hearing and computing, functioning mentally, and then responding. They continue to say, your invitation has been revoked. The person who don't want to be there don't care that their invitation has been revoked. They just continue to repeat what they watchtowers told them to repeat. If a memorial is crashed, you hear typically the same thing. Your invitation has been revoked. That's apparently what they've been trained to say. This cult, probably more so than any other cult I'm aware of, literally sucks the soul out of a person. What makes them special, their ability to think, is gone. We have more proof beyond Asher going into a Kingdom Hall dressed like a Super Saiyan and they still didn't catch on to anything. Tony Whiskey Morse is caught red-handed buying what seemed like 20 bottles of alcohol. Governing body member of Jehovah's Witnesses, you would think that they would have a higher standard. And I've seen people go up to carts through the video and tell the person that the Jehovah's Witness, hey, Tony Morris, your governing body member has a drinking problem because he went and spent like $800 in the liquor store. The Jehovah's Witness, unable to function, unable to think, is like, well, he has a right to drink. Nobody said he didn't have a right to drink. We're saying he's an alcoholic and spent over $800 in the liquor store. No representative of any religious institution does that. But a Jehovah's Witness, even if you played the video for them, unable to think, unable to function, unable to respond to what was just said. Because the brainwashing is when a person's brain is unable to function based off information coming from any other source but Watchtower. Nobody functions that way. Brain only taking in information from one source. Nobody functions that way. That's not normal. Jehovah's Witnesses do. A governing body member could be caught at a strip club and they just wouldn't be able to compute it. This isn't coming from a Watchtower. You're showing me the video, but it's not a Watchtower video. That Australian Royal Commission, you can show them the video and they still can't, they won't get it. Countless false predictions. Normally, if a doomsday cult, there's been other doomsday cults. Jehovah's Witnesses aren't the only one. Jehovah's Witnesses are the only ones that can predict things and get them wrong over and over and over again. And the members are so brain dead that they don't leave. Most doomsday cults, when doomsday doesn't come when they've predicted it to come, that's the end of it. Jehovah's Witnesses, it don't matter what happens. Have you guys watched The Walking Dead? Have you guys heard of The Walking Dead? The zombies. They're not thinking. They're functioning based off of an outside organism, but they're not thinking. That's a zombie. Jehovah's Witnesses, they're not thinking independently. They're operating based off of an outside organism, Watchtower. An outside entity is what is operating this individual. That's what those zombies are. They're being reanimated by something else. That person is no longer there. So I've heard arguments. Oh, Kingdom Hall crashes are disrespectful. You're disrespect. You can't disrespect a zombie. You can't disrespect a zombie. You can hardly be rude to a zombie. It's not thinking. It's not functioning like a human would function. It's not taking in the information like a human would take in the information. These are zombies. So when Asher goes in and crashed the memorial, they function the way Watchtower told them to. It's the same as if you walk into a room full of robots and yell and jump up and down. You're not disrespecting the robots. The robots are going to function based off a program. There's no such thing as disrespecting a machine. That's what they are. And we have the facts to prove it. You can't disrespect a zombie. It's not a thinking, functioning person. You can't disrespect a machine, a Borg. If you into Star Trek and everything, you know what I mean. If not, then that's a reference to Star Trek, a Borg. You can't disrespect a Borg. They're functioning as a hive. So Another thing that I found interesting about Asher's video on the channel The One Bun is it seems like a bunch of JWs got upset by it and started to comment things on the comment section. This is interesting because you have people who are partially awake, people who claim to be Jehovah's Witnesses but don't attend. Some people may attend and go on YouTube and watch these things. When someone does something that bizarre at a memorial, one important thing about it is people have to watch. Jehovah's Witnesses will come to your channel and watch your video because even though they may not agree with it, they can't help but to watch Goku go to the memorial. Some of these crashes, people think that, oh, that's not waking people up, but it's bringing them to the YouTube channel. When people do things that outrageous, the Jehovah's Witness, they can't even help but to watch it. So the more outrageous the thing that a person does at a memorial, the more Jehovah's Witnesses are going to go watch it. They got to see it. I had to watch it 2-3 times. It was entertaining. So that's another benefit to some of these crashes is the entertainment value is to the point where they're coming to the YouTube channel. They may watch other things. They can't help but to watch them. They're gonna come to your YouTube. They're gonna watch it. And it can't do anything but wake them up a little bit, if not all the way. It's not going to indoctrinate them anymore. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. 937-789-4029. I haven't spoken to Asher to get the details of everything that went on. This is based off the video that I've watched, and it was very telling to see a bunch of people functioning as robots. And that's what the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses does to people. So, XWAL Kill Bethelite signing out. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. Talk to you later.